Okay, let's try this. How rude. The disrespect levels. You guys are so sweet. Okay. Everybody's texting. Thanks, guys. Okay. Thanks, you found me. Okay, guys. Can you hear me? Oh, hold on. Okay, can you guys hear me? I don't usually do it on this one because the filming gets weird. It looks weird, but we'll just go with it. Because somebody don't want us to be great and plan our 2023. Ooh, lies they tell. Okay, hey y'all, welcome back. Okay, y'all, I see you. Okay, awesome. Okay, so my word of the year, that's where we was at before we was so rudely interrupted. So yeah, I like to pick a word of the year. I think you guys were mentioning what words you guys had and if it worked or didn't. My word this year was consistency. And I wanted to just be more consistent. I thought you always do stuff, but you're never really consistent. If you added some consistency to it, what would happen? That was my logic in my brain this year. And so I tried to be more consistent in a lot of areas, like if I was doing something or consistently trying to do something. And I would say it worked out pretty well. I would say I was probably consistent about 75, 80%. It wasn't all the way, which is okay, right? We're learning and we're growing. Um, but I would say that in the word consistency, about maybe May of the year, the word kind of switched to authenticity, and me actually consistently showing up as myself in all spaces. And that kind of changed the whole dynamic of the year for me. And I ended up being a whole lot more consistent. I thought the consistency piece was going to be like, be more consistent in the stuff you're doing, but it really meant being more consistent and authentic in who I was and who I am on a consistent basis and showing up as that person. And so that actually ended up being great. And I actually was 100% of that the whole year. I managed to do that. So um, I do like the word of the year because it does help. Hey, girl, welcome. Happy Friday. I do like the consistency piece or the word of the year because when you're doing stuff or moving throughout the year, you have the ability to ask yourself, am I being consistent? Am I being authentic to myself in making this decision or in what I'm doing? And kind of reminding you that that's what the goal is. And then it becomes easier, right? Like whatever your word is, it should eventually become easier as you're doing it because you're intentionally doing it. So if you don't have a word of the year this year, or you didn't have a word, or you fell off, or might be a good idea to kind of try it, think about it a couple weeks to really think about it as far as what you would like to focus on that you feel like this word will help you to be better in next year. It will help you to grow as a person. It will help you to reach your goals. What is a word that you would like to use in 2023? So that's one. Um, and then, of course, I will add these questions to the actual like live video so you can go back and read them at the bottom. All the questions that we're going over so you can refer back. Another good question to ask yourself when you're reflecting is what surprised you in 2022? If anything, it could be a good surprise, it could be a bad surprise, but what really surprised you this year? Like a lot of times we think it's just going to be another year, another day, another whatever. And something surprises us, whether I was surprised by the way people accepted me. I was surprised by the opportunities that came my way. I was surprised at my ability to save money. I was surprised I actually smashed my goals. I was surprised at the fact that I really didn't work out at all this year. I was surprised by how much money I paid in groceries this year. I know I'm not the only one that was surprised by that. I can't be. I mean, I'm literally was surprised by how much money I paid in groceries to get home and still didn't have no groceries. It just didn't make no sense. I wasn't even so surprised by gas anymore. It was the groceries that got me this year. I mean, we don't have to take our reflections to be so serious and so like, oh, they can be fun as well. Obviously, groceries is the fun one. I'm definitely surprised by some of the things that have happened in the US and around the world this year. Some of the things that have come to light this year. There's a lot of things that surprised me. So, definitely thinking about that, I'm surprised at, and I wouldn't say so much surprised, but just some of the conversations I've had with people and from the beginning of the year to now, I'm definitely surprised to see some people really jumping out there doing things, coming a long way. And it's not so much that I'm surprised because I didn't believe it. It just really surprised me that like they really went for it and are doing it and it's good. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily a surprise, but I mean, whatever it is for you that you're surprised that happened this year, that was good or bad. I think those are good things to think about too when you're just kind of reflecting on the past year. Of course, my favorite, any people, places, things, habits, or mindsets that you like to leave in 2022. Yeah, we often have a lot of stuff that we hold on to that help us to get to where we are in life today, that help us to survive, that have helped us to be who we are today. But moving forward and looking at our goals, looking at how we want our lives to really play out, some of those people, places, things, habits, mindsets we have to kind of leave behind. And so, what are some of those things that you would like to see? Am I freezing again? Oh my gosh, it is raining here, but it's not doing all that. Like, it just can't be. Is it? I'm like, is it? Oh my gosh, what is happening? Somebody does not want us to be great. I cannot figure it out. It says everything is here. Hold on, let me see. It's got edit buttons and stuff. Let's see. This is so weird. That's why I never do it on here because this wouldn't my laptop be tripping out when I be trying to do it. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can't hear you, sis. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, hey, Nami. I was on time. I was ready. Everything. And of course, now it would be all these issues. Okay. I don't know how to fix it because I have like all my um internet is like all the way there. Oh, that may be it, Miss Morgan. Everybody else says they can hear me. Sorry, my nose is itching. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. It's Friday night, girl. Like ready to go to sleep. Okay. Maybe that will help. Oh, this is why I do not do it on here because it'd be so weird. Okay, well, I'll try to get through this as fast as possible. Then hopefully it won't be choppy on the actual video. And then I'll put the questions in the chat as well, just for you guys to think about on your own. But anything, places, things, mindsets that you can, that you want to get rid of. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, thank you. Um, So, to let go in 2022, based on where you're trying to go, sometimes we put in our minds we're going to do something different and we try and then it doesn't work out the first time or it goes bad. But we have to continue to keep changing the mindset. We have to keep showing up. We have to keep doing the work. In whatever it is we're doing so we can get to the next level. A lot of times that's like the way we communicate or the way we deal with something. We often revert back to the same ways of doing things when it doesn't work out the same way, but we have to keep doing it and we have to keep going. And so sometimes we get to a space, and this is a good time of the year to be like, hey, you know what? In 2022, this helped me, but I'd actually like to change this. I'd actually like to get rid of this. I'd actually like to release this and let this go and actually be able to kind of do that as well. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. So I would think about that as well. Things that you want to leave in 2022, release. Um, Kind of just decide if it's really going to add value into your life next year, if it's going to help you push you to where you're going. And if you don't think it is, then it's probably a good idea to just leave it in 2022. And right. And that sounds easy. It's like, oh, I'm just going to leave it on December 31st. Everybody, right. We all think that like, oh, done. And then like January 15th come and it pop right back up. It's a mindset, right? It's a practice. It's a habit until we get to the place where we do it naturally on a consistent basis. So, sorry, I was trying to make it where that is not in my eye, but I guess it's just going to be there as well. So yeah, so I was thinking those things are good questions that I kind of go over with myself. And answer as well. I appreciate you guys answering them, but definitely if you have some time between now and the end of the year, those are great questions to ponder on, great things to think about as you're heading into 2023. What goals do you have? What goals did you meet for 2022? What are you still working on that you're going to carry 2023? That's perfectly fine. Every goal was not going to be smashed this year, and that's okay. We will probably fell off some of our stuff that we were doing. That's okay. Like we're humans, right? We're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to be better. And so, it's okay to say, okay, these 3 things I got done, these 3 have to come into next year if they're still important and of high value and of priority to you to carry into the next year. So this year, 2022, a lot of my, are they called handles? I think they're called handles. I just call them hashtags. I don't know. But a lot of my hashtags this year and the theme of this year, the slogan for me was the year of you. I don't know if you remember that, like one of the first videos I did this year. I was talking about the year of you. And really, that was the year of me. And then that was the year of you as a person. Right. And in this year, I really dealt with like hurts and traumas, pains, really dug deep into myself and who I am, what I was looking for, kind of why I respond the way I do, why I am the way I am, really kind of tapping into that this year. Also looked, at myself, had to take some accountability this year. I had to apologize this year, had to accept and acknowledge things this year. I mean, this year was really about me on a really personal, intentional basis. And I guess probably all of you guys on here who are like in my personal life, on the phone life, you probably got that part, that that's what this year was. There was a lot of reading going on that I was doing. There was a lot of hard questions I had to answer. I started the year off in therapy this year because I just really wanted to tap into some stuff, and I really thought that, like, oh, I just somebody to talk to, and then we ended up getting real deep real quick, and kind of changed the trajectory of the year, which I'm super grateful for, and didn't really realize I needed. So it ended up working in the year of you. It was crazy how that went. But I learned how to speak up. I learned when to be a little more silent, how to really be a listener. Um, Changed groups, changed friends, changed dating styles, changed all kinds of stuff, habits. I didn't change all the habits. I cut some out, went back to some, kind of going back and forth. That's okay. Again, I'm not striving to be perfect, just better, better able to recognize signs, triggers, things like that. So that's what the year of 2022 was for me. And that was the whole slogan, was the year of you. And us really being able to tap into ourselves and really find those things, find the motivation. What do we really want out of life? Not thinking small, standing up in who you are, being authentic, showing your true self to people, to yourselves. And so that was this year's, right? And I think people sometimes get the idea that, like, oh, well, I'm still working on myself. I'm still working on myself. I'm still doing this. I'm still doing that. So I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't. And that's okay. However, we're always going to be working on ourselves. We're always going to be evolving and transitioning and growing and learning and doing things, right? So we can't always wait to jump into stuff, or to wait until we feel like we're perfect, or until we feel like we've actually become all the way enough before we actually go after the other things that we want in life. And so a switch from 2022 into 2023 is we've done the work internally, and we're going to always be doing it. We've learned some things, we've experienced some stuff, we've gained knowledge, we've shared with others, we've loved hard, we've dealt with heavy things, and we're continuing to. But in 2023, we're going to do something, and we are going to go for it in 2023. So that is the slogan, or the motto, or the word, the hashtag, the handle for 2023. It is going for it. We are going for it. Whatever that looks and feels like to you is what 2023 is going to be about. We are enough. We are worthy. We are valuable. We are an asset. We are powerful in everything that we do. And we are going to go for the things that we truly want. Yes, we're going to be working on ourselves. Yes, we're going to bump our heads. Yes, there's still going to be lessons to learn. Yes, we're still going to have experiences to go through. But in all of that, we're still going to go for it. Not going to hesitate anymore. We're not going to wait and see if so-and-so is going to support, is so-and-so going to back us up. We're going to go for it for ourselves, because that's what it's all about. We go for it for everybody else. We show up for everybody else. But then when it comes to us, we have to get all these pieces together. And the thing is all the pieces may not always come together. And if we're waiting for all the pieces to come together, we may just miss out on life and opportunities. So in 2023, we're going to go for it. Even though the world is crazy, and it is, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and it is, and we're all trying to make sense of it, and we are. We personally, as people, have the ability to create our realities. And in 2023, we are going to go for it. We are going to try it. We're going to jump out there. We're going to ask questions. We're going to use our resources. We are going to help others while we are helping ourselves. We are going to reach a lending hand. Whatever it is, that's what we're going to do in 2023. So that's what my slogan is. Of course, you can come up with your own. Of course, but that's what I'm going to be using. That's what the videos, the topics are going to be for 2023, is really going for it and trying stuff and putting ourselves out there and seeing the universe spin the block for us, right? Like, take care of us. So we are trusting that this is what we want. This is where we're headed. And the universe is going to start showing up for us. So that's what we're doing. My word of the year, because you guys asked me last video, and it's a very simple word. Still in that slogan for myself. That's exactly what it's going to look like, Miss Morgan, going forward 2023. You already tapped in, girl. My word of the year is more. That's my word. And I'm using that word because I feel like I always do just enough to get by. That's always been my thing. I do just enough. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But in order for me to be going for it, I may have to do a little bit more sometimes. I may have to write an extra paragraph. I may have to spend an extra hour. I may have to do more reading, more training, more learnings, more networking events to get where I'm going. And so my word of the year is more. Not more to the extent that I wear myself out and I'm like too gone where I can't even focus anymore. Not that, but in the idea that if I've done something, can I do a little bit more? If the goal was 25 and I do 25, can I do five more? You could do five more. Because what is that extra five more going to do? It's so that's my word of the year. Because you guys were asking last week. I did have to think about it. I had a couple. I like to start with the word of the year, like I said, and then allow that to transition or shift as it needs to throughout the year. But I would like to see myself do more this year. I'd like to see myself push myself a little bit more. I think discipline is probably a word that's going to come in there. I'm still definitely working on being consistent and being authentic, but I definitely feel like more, the word more resonates with me for 2023. That's good. More. Mine's is pleasure. Okay, pleasure for 2023. I like it. My word of the year is going to be fearless queen. Yes, give it to them going for it while you're going for it. Love it. I know you're big on vision boards. Can you talk a little about how you go about setting up yours? Okay. I'll say my 22 surprise moment was me taking my move, was me making my move and getting out of Colorado and it all falling into perfect alignment. Yes, I love that. I think that was probably a surprise for me this year too. Not to say I didn't think you were going to do it, but I was definitely surprised when it really went down. You was really moving like, oh my gosh, like that was pretty awesome this year for sure. Definitely. Um, Okay, so let me see. What did you have there? Let's go. Let me start at the top. I see another question. So, vision boards. I am very big on vision boards. I love vision boards. I'm looking at 3 vision boards on my wall right now, actually 4, because I actually did one a few weeks ago. It's a little smaller one compared to the ones I normally do. I would turn everything around, but the way we're set up and can't hear and freezing, we better just stay where we're at. Um, I basically I buy just a regular poster board like the big ones you used to do like a school project on. I do that usually around November, December, early December. I start collecting magazines. And I go to, I don't have magazines like, back in the day, you used to get magazines delivered to your house and stuff. Like, okay, like us young kids are not doing that. We're just not. But some people do, you get the free ones when you order some shoes or something weird. So if you have those, I collect magazines. I also go to like a used bookstore that they have down here that I found. And they usually have a lot of magazines, old magazines, home and lifestyle magazines. They have Essence Jet, travel and leisure magazines. They have sports car magazines. Like, they just have all kinds of magazines. They're usually like $1 or some change, like maybe $1 to $2 or something, because they're old. People have like donated them. I go and get those and start collecting them throughout like November, December. And then I also, if there's something specific that I'm looking for, I may print off a couple things off the internet to put on my board if I know specifically I want that on there. And I may not be able to find it in a magazine, or if I've seen like a house or a particular car that I will print it off the internet. And then I pick a day. Sometimes, typically, it's before the new year. Sometimes it's after because holidays get busy. And then you just really put it all together. I go through the magazines, I pick out words. I'm a words person. Um, I do have visuals. I do have like houses, cars, office stuff. I have that kind of stuff on my boards. My main board, that's like my future life board, that's not like yearly based. It's like the vision of my life altogether, is all visual. There's barely any words actually on there. Interesting. All the other boards have words because I'm a words person. So I go through magazines and I clip out pictures that resonate with me. I clip out words that resonate with me for the new year. And then I go through all of them, I cut them out, and then I start to piece them on the board. And I don't actually piece them yet. I just lay them out because some things like, oh no, I don't really want that, or ooh, yes. Your board is for you. So really only you have to understand it. If you pick out like the word wardrobe, let's just say, right? You find wardrobe. And for you, it's like, I want to redo my closet. If that's what you connected that to, that's what matters. Your board is for you to look at and get inspired or to be motivated. Um, yes, I love that. You totally should. Yes. I mean, you get together with some friends. Last year, Morgan and I got together, and then we got on actual video with Ashley and did our vision boards for 2022. The three of us did it this year. So basically, that's it. Your board has to make sense to you. You have to look at it and recognize it, understand it for what it means to you, to piece out, the goals you're trying to do, whatever it is that's going to inspire you every day. You want to definitely hang it somewhere where you can see it every day or where you can look at it often, and that it makes you feel good. Some people add glitter, some people add colors. I mean, it's whatever you want it to do. There's no right or wrong way to do a vision board as long as you understand what it is and why you're doing it and it makes sense to you. So, some good friends, some music, some good conversation, of course, some spritzers or some drinks. Some people like to smoke some weed, whatever you do, that kind of motivates you and gets you kind of ready and excited for the year to come is a great way to do your vision boards. And just setting it up. I mean, Morgan brought magazines. I had magazines, so we could kind of share between the two. So if you're hosting an event, tell people to bring like magazines. Everybody bring at least 5 magazines so that people can share, because everybody's goals are going to be very different for the year. What resonates for people is going to be different. Is going to be different. And so a magazine that you have that maybe not mean anything. I think one magazine at the one I went to a few weeks ago, like that kept going around, was like Children and Family or something magazine or something like that. So it was like all these pictures of families and kids and stuff. I'm like, oh no, I don't need that magazine. Like the kids need this medicine. Like that magazine doesn't resonate with me. But somebody else was like, hand me that magazine. Like she was cutting up in there. So you want people to bring their own magazines to share with each other because everything's different. A good thing too is at the end, if you guys want to go over your vision boards, and what they mean to you, what you're hoping for with your board for the next year is a great way, because you hope that you do your vision boards. You can definitely do an event, go to an event with just people. But if you're doing more of an intimate one, you're hoping to share your vision board and your vision for the year with people who are also working on their own vision, where you guys can keep each other motivated and inspired throughout the year based on what you guys created at the beginning of the year. So I would say that. Another thing I do is at the end of the year, I like to go over my vision board and see if there's anything that I can check off that happens. Or anything that I felt like, oh, that really happened. On my vision board for this year, actually, I have the words, let's get real on my vision board. And I would say this was a very real year. I think I got very real this year in a lot of spaces. So to me, I would check that off. It's not a picture per se, it wasn't a goal in essence. But it was for me to be real this year. And so I would check that off for me as being something that I accomplished or that happened this year that I feel good about in 2022. That was on my board. Um, let's see, what else is up there that I would have? I had speaking truth and uncovering lies on my board, along with let's get real. Transparent was on my board for this year. I feel like all of those things I definitely hit this year and will be taking with me into 2023. I felt really good about them. Um, let's see what else is up there. The new normal. I did have a new normal this year compared to what I'm used to doing and living. So I feel like my board, there was a lot of stuff there that I felt good about. The one from 2021, I marked off a lot of stuff on that board that carried over to 2022. There will be some things on 2022 that'll go into 2023. So your board is for you, however you decide to do it. So I hope that helped. Speaking of boards, that's so funny you said that because that was one of my questions to see if you guys wanted to do like a vision board in 2023, a virtual one. What is the best tip or advice that you have that has helped you keep on track and consistent with your goals outside of the obvious answer, motivation, determination? What is the best tip or advice that has helped me stay on top of my goals? I believe in writing down goals. I believe in checklists. I believe in crossing off your checklist. Um, I believe in breaking things down into a measurement that doesn't feel so heavy. So if it's a big goal, like getting a certificate or something like that, I think it's important to, break it down. Okay, let's find the information. Where's the schools going to be? What are the hours? Like really kind of breaking it down. I feel like is important. I think being open to change is important too when you're trying to keep track of your goals and being consistent. Sometimes we think it has to be like this, but to be open to the fact that it may go this way and then it may vert this way, but it's still getting you to the goal, I think is important. I think a lot of times people get off track when things shift a little bit. And so then we fall off. But if we actually lean into the shift a little bit more, I think that kind of helps with you staying on track and being more open to be like, oh, there's other ways to do this or to get there without it being so rigid or without you having so much control and reins and you like holding so tightly to the idea of it. I think that's definitely helped me to stay on track. I think recognizing when you need rest is important. Recognizing that taking rest or understanding that this is in a space that you feel as motivated or inspired, and that's okay. One thing for me, I love to do the videos that I do on here on my channel, but I don't do them as often because I usually wait till I really feel motivated or inspired to do a video, as opposed to just getting on and deciding like, oh, it's Tuesday, and since it's Tuesday, I'm just going to talk to you or whatever. I really understand for me that I feel like I make the best videos or the best use of my time when I'm actually in the space that allows for me to be creative, and that may not be all the time. It may not be every week that I feel that. So being able to recognize that, okay, yes, I want to do it, but it's not really right now that I have to do it. Being able to recognize that, I think, is important too when you're trying to stay consistent with your goals. Is sometimes we push, but sometimes your body, your mind, everything needs a break to calculate, to catch up, to all come together. And so being able to do that, I definitely have a notebook. I had a calendar for this year. I don't know where is that. That I started writing stuff down to keep up. My brain runs so fast that I have to write stuff down. I'm still old school. Yes, I know our phones have Notepad and Google Calendars and Outlook and all of that, but I am a person who writes stuff down. I really do. And then I like cross it off, like, okay, done. Next, okay, done. Okay, what else can I do? Okay, I'm not quite there yet, but I can do these things in the meantime. And what are those things? What are those things that I can do right now? Being able to figure that out, I think, is also important, to keep you on track and consistent with your goals. And then I think talking to people, I think really just conversing with people and asking them what they do, and, kind of just being open to suggestions and ideas is also a good way to stay on track of your goals. Definitely podcasts. People are watching podcasts and videos and listening to people give great advice and suggestions. And so finding whatever works for you that helps you to keep going, I think you have to do that. I think that's important too. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Amen. Thanks, Tay Tay girl. I'm here for a virtual vision board party or live. Yeah, we know, Morgan. Yes, write your vision and make it plain. Yes, I'm up for doing virtual. Okay, cool. So you guys would like to do a virtual vision board party. Okay, I was thinking so. It's one of my questions. If you guys are interested in that. So um I will put that together and post it and figure out how we can make that happen all together. I have an idea that I know will work. So definitely it will not be until 2023, early January, for sure, to give people time to prepare. Um, but we can definitely do that. I'm so excited you guys want to do it. So cool. Yay. Because I want to do it too. Okay. Awesome. Another question I had, and I was wondering, I love to read, and I found this year reading, I've gotten back into my reading, and I be trying to tell people about these books, and everybody's like, oh, what is it? I'm going to read it. Da, da, da. And then I really don't have anybody to discuss. Would you guys be open to like a book club kind of thing in 2023, like where we read a book a quarter and then we can get on and discuss it? And the other thing that I'm thinking as we are rounding out 2022 is I love Friday night chats. Yes, let's do it. Thank you, Tay Tay. Nice. Oh, I'm glad they did. And I will post the questions at the end of the comment part of the videos when I post them for the public. I'll put all the questions there too. Oh my gosh, Morgan, you can read when it's your turn. You can read them audio. Okay, listen to them, okay? However you get the information is up to you. Okay, cool. So we can definitely do that. I think that would be super cool to do in 2023. Okay, you can read them as audio, and then when we discuss them, you'll just be a regular person. I'm old school. I have to actually read the book, be able to highlight, take notes. I'm that person still. So, okay, Tay Tay girl, thank you. So, I'll put that together too so that we can start that in 2023. Um, because I think it would be cool too to just kind of discuss. Okay, audio people. Awesome. And the last question I really had was I love my Friday night chats. However, I think Friday nights is maybe a little different. Not different, but um, I would like to change the nights. Maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I'm thinking Thursday evenings in 2023 just to give people an opportunity. Wednesday. Okay, that was fast. Oh my God. Okay, we got a Wednesday here. I love to see it. Okay. Oh, you're so sweet. Yes, it's killing my dating life as well. Yeah, it's not, but it sounded good. But getting off on Fridays at the end of the work week and then trying to rush home, eat something, chill out, relax, and then get on seems like a bit. Thursdays work too. Okay, so we got Wednesday, Thursday. So you guys like that. That's great. I appreciate the input, ladies. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so I have a day each plus my day Tuesday. That's an interesting day, Taylor. Okay, we can take that into considerations. Not quite one of the evenings that I had. Do you have a Wednesday or Thursday vote? I mean, we could take Tuesday into consideration, but same. It's not, but it sounded good to say. Okay, trying to incorporate some yoga Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Cool. So either way, even if you can't join on whatever night I decide to do going forward, of course, you can always watch the videos later. You can always send in your questions. Um, but I did want to change it, which is why I didn't have a date for Friday, the first Friday of the year, Miss Morgan, because I wanted to switch it just to give people an opportunity and then to join. I know Fridays is kind of difficult for people, but maybe during the week, maybe a little bit better. So I will work on that and post a video with that update as well. Saturday mornings. Now, see, here's the thing about Saturday mornings. I was thinking Saturday mornings as well until the Saturday morning I want to sleep in, until Sierra wakes up on Saturday mornings at about 7 a.m. I get dressed for the day. Legit, this is pretty much every Saturday. I get dressed for the day and I go run Saturday errands. I'm back home at around 12, usually putting away groceries. And then I'm like pretty much chilling for the day until it's time to go do something in the afternoon. So that's kind of why Saturdays don't work because I'm like already out in traffic by like 8:30 a.m., 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I guess I could do it like live in the car or something, but that's different. So I'd be lit Saturday mornings. Yeah. And if there's this Friday night where I like want to hang out late, then so Saturdays, not quite. No. That's maybe, yeah, no. I think in the evenings during the week may work for now, but I'm definitely open to see what the new year brings. More is my word for 2023. So, um, maybe Saturdays could incorporate as well, but definitely I'm thinking Wednesday or Thursday. Definitely thinking Thursdays. Um, a little bit leaning towards Thursdays more, but I will definitely let you guys know. Yes, definitely Wednesday. Okay, Tay Tay, thank you. Awesome sauce. Well, guys, thank you guys for tuning in This has been so awesome and such a great session, a great way to end a great live, a great way to end 2022 with Friday Night Chats with C. I appreciate all of you guys' support. Since I've started my channel, for one, I am at 197 subscribers. My goal was to hit 200 by the end of the year, and I really haven't done anything extra as far as like, oh, go over and like my channel. I haven't done any of that, so I don't even know where people are coming from. I have been doing a lot of reels though lately. Those are so fun. But definitely have more subscribers, which is super exciting. I'm like 3 away from hitting my goal of 200 by the end of this year, which is super great. So thank you guys for supporting the entire time. I definitely appreciate you guys supporting the lives. It was kind of new and different that we started back in September, and we've been going, and I appreciate it. I have so much fun, and definitely want to do some new and more exciting stuff, do more in 2023. So I hope that you will join me on the lives, whatever day or night I pick, and that we can get the book club going. I'm going to work on the vision board party so everyone can have that as well. Probably going to need to do it off of YouTube for those that are interested. So I will post that information. And then like maybe we just maybe make it intimate for those who want to do it. And you're either in or you're not. I kind of like that. So we'll go for it. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you have a great and awesome Christmas holiday. And a happy new year for sure, because we won't go live again. Will it be Wednesday? I don't know quite yet, but I will have it up before the end of the year so everybody knows what day it's going to be and when the first one will be of 2023 and what we're going to do. So keep watching the channel. Make sure that your notifications are on. I think that's what people say. Like and subscribe. Make sure your bell is on so you can ding, ding, ding. But we'll definitely make sure that everybody has all the information going into the new year and that we'll be ready to go. So thank you guys for joining. Have a great and awesome weekend, and I will catch you later. Thank you.